name is Adrianne. Today I want to talk about something that I think is very interesting and exciting and fun. Tunings on the guitar. You may hear some noise in the background. That's my dog Oso chomping on a bone, but we couldn't get him to stop chomping on the bone, so he might just be in the video. So I have learned some of my tunings from other artists, but I also just enjoy the adventure of messing with the strings until it sounds cool. And I think an alternate tuning can be something as simple as tweaking one string. So one of my favorite things to do is just tune the high E string down to a D. And there you have suddenly this whole other world. And so all these chords you play, you have that open D string ringing out. And just that little change can bring so much. I wrote so many songs just from doing that, making that little change that I wouldn't have written had I not changed that one note. But you can go more extreme with it. This is one of my favorite open tunings, and it's just called Open D. So you tune the lowest string down to a D. You've got the highest string down into a D. So you've got D, A, D, and then you change the G to an F sharp, which is a half step down. And then you change your B down to an A. Notice how it makes a chord all by itself, so you don't even have to do anything and it sounds good. I often think that it'd be cool if they started people with open tunings, because it's so satisfying that it sounds good without making any chord shapes at all. But within this tuning, there's a lot of shapes that you can make to move up and down the scale or through the major and minor chords. You can take that open D, and one thing that I've written a couple songs with just simply taking this A, this B that has been tuned down to an A, then I take it further and tune it down to a G, I think. So you've got that F sharp next to that G, that little half step. I really like that type of tension, and I find myself doing that a lot. Then again, just one note difference totally changes it. Okay, so now we have this tuning. It's D, G, D, F sharp, G, G, capoed to the 6th fret. And as a little example, I have the song Myth Beauty, and it's kind of a cool example of how little you can do with a lot of effect because of the open notes. Like that, all of these notes are doing most of the work, and all I'm really doing is it's that drone that's just so nice. You have a mythological beauty. You have the eye of someone I have seen outside of ordinary situations, even outside of dreams. You lie in bed at night and watch the lines of headlights through your screen. There is a child inside you who is trying to raise a child in me. If you wanna leave, you just have to say you're all caught up inside, but you know the way. So I'm really barely fretting any chords here. Most of them are just 1 or 2 fingers down at a time, but it's just all the power of this open tuning, which is why alternative tunings can be so cool. And of course, I also am a huge advocate for the capo, the use of the capo, because it allows you to have all these ringing notes in any key that you want. Here's another one. It's C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. And it's actually very similar to just dadgad with the A tuned up to, with the high A tuned up to a B, which would be D-A-D, G-B-D. But the reason I'm doing it in this C sharp tuning is because of the key. I just like the sound of it being lower, and I often do that. I end up in these wonky, like, tunings just for the sake of the key. But this is I have this song called Not a Lot Just Forever in this tuning.